spend my time staring out the window at a girl in the middle of it all. I don't know her name, but her face remains the same. I blame myself for not going that way.
Hi, I'm Al Bangert, and this is another episode of Gee, I Always Wanted to Do That. I think you're going to really find this one interesting. Today, veteran interviewer Mike Davis is going to go over to Garden Road. Hey Mike, how are you?
Hi Al, how are you?
Hi, Mike.
How you doing, Bill? Mike Davis from Scituate Community Television.
Oh, very good. Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. I heard you wanted to learn a little bit more about remote control airplanes.
Yeah, well, it seems like a hobby. I had that hobby years and years ago, but I was never radio controlled. I was always, you know.
Oh, the U-control, yes.
Oh, yeah, the dizzy part.
Yeah, well, we all did that U-control many years ago. But now most people have progressed. Although there's still people who do that U-control, most people are doing the remote control in one way or another. The models are great, so why don't you come on in?
Yeah, oh, thanks so much. So here we are inside your shop, and this is quite a shop. It looks like you have a variety of things going on and planes hanging almost everywhere.
All
this one probably
kinds.
won't fly very well without a wing.
The wing is up on the shelf. I can show the wing. It's just almost as tall as you. It's a trainer type of airplane for a beginner or intermediate person to learn how to fly.
Yeah, yeah. How long have you been at this?
I first began with the U-control like you did in high school. I won't say when that was, but it was a long time ago. And then when my son was about 10 years old, my father-in-law gave him a U-control. And he talked about it. It crashed it the first day. Crashed it to 1,000 pieces. It was a plastic one. But he talked about it for 2 solid weeks. And at the end of 2 weeks, I said, okay, I have to get this kid involved in airplanes because he loves airplanes. Just was doing everything with airplanes at that point. So I went to a local hobby shop, Hanson Hobby, over in Hanson, Mass, on Route 27. And we got, I met the president of a club up there, and he helped us out, and the owner helped us out picking out an airplane and a transmitter. And that's how I got back into it, because it was so much fun. When I was a kid with the U-control, the remote control sounded even better. So that's when we got started, and we did that. I did it sort of like that bonding time between father and son for every Sunday till he got to be 16 and a half. And that's usually when young people drop out a little bit because they get a car, they get their license, they want to go out with girls. Right. And so the airplane Sundays with Dad was less fun than. But
you continued on.
I continued on. I got involved in the club, and I built every plane that we flew. Everything had to be built from a kit or a scratch, where you take the raw balsa wood and cut it up. But now, today, we've got a lot of airplanes out there. I mean, most airplanes, when people get into it, are already pre-built or somewhat pre-built. The wings are assembled, the fuselage, and you have to glue the parts together and install the equipment in it, like the receiver and the motor and stuff. I got an example of it right here, this red one here. This is what they call an Addiction X. It's a beautiful airplane, wonderful flying, very lightweight, but it was all built before I got it, except for adding the flight surfaces like the ailerons, the elevator, the rudder, and then I had to install everything on the inside.
Has just a quick question, does the technology helped in keeping everything lighter weight because of microprocessing and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, this is micro cut. This here has carbon fiber in it. You can't quite see it. If I take this off, hopefully nothing will fall out. You might be able to see. You can see this is carbon fiber, and there are in various places carbon fiber throughout the airplane.
To keep it light and keep it strong.
Keep it very strong, because when they cut down the weight of the airplane, the balsa has only so much strength. And it's a wonderful, per wood, it's probably one of the strongest woods you can find per weight. And so when they cut down, they cut out all the surfaces like this and this and this, and make this all open. I have another wing here that's not built to these modern standards that I'm building now. I'll show you in a second. But you can look inside, maybe you can inside here, you can see the carbon fiber rods running the length of it. So it runs, so you need less power. This one is all electric, whereas this one uses the glow fuel that you used to remember from the remote control airplanes.
Sitting here.
Yeah, watch. Well, I used a chicken stick.
Yeah, so you don't lose a finger.
So don't break, don't lose.
And this is electric?
That's electric, all electric.
Oh my
yes.
goodness, that's great.
And a lot of people are going to the electrics simply because they don't require any of the glow fuel, which is now running about $30 a gallon. Also, you can have smaller airplanes. There's a lot of little airplanes about this big, about that big, that just require a little bit of electric engine and a small tiny battery. And some of them you can fly around your living room, some of them maybe your backyard. This one here is just too big to fly anywhere other than like a baseball field.
Right, right.
It takes more.
And skill? Is it a skill?
Yeah, you want to start off with something like this. If you notice the cutouts at the top here, that's for the wing. Mike, do you think you could reach that on the top shelf there for me?
I can
I
try.
want to bring the wing out to show you what the wings look like.
Without putting a finger through it?
Yeah, it's pretty resilient to that. That was a little dusty, but this is the wing for it. I don't fly it much.
It's like a 6-foot wing.
Yeah, just about slightly taller than you at this point.
I used to be 6 foot.
If you notice that the wing has got a curved surface on the top and a flat surface on the bottom, that's not what you see with most real airplanes. A lot of remote control airplanes are built this way. It gives a little bit better control, a little easier control. Also has a tendency to stay in the air a little bit better. But that belongs on that airplane, and I built this one here from a kit for my grandson, my first grandson, to teach him how to fly, but he was so involved in soccer that, had to be honest, he went flying with us a few times, but the soccer bug just took over from him when he got to be about 12, 13.
Talk a little bit about getting into it as a hobby. What would be an expense that you could expect?
Oh, glad you asked that, because every adult toy has all levels of entry.
Right.
The basic entry, you can buy these little airplanes about this big, you can or helicopters that you can buy that fly in your house. They might cost $75, $80, $100, and it comes with a little transmitter, little batteries, little receiver, and it very inexpensive to do. And it's a good way to get a kid to get involved without spending a lot. If you want to do something like this plane here, you can buy that plane already built now, completely built. All you have to do is attach the control surfaces and put the motor in it, and you can get that for about $175. But then you need a transmitter, and you can get transmitters from $100 up, depending upon how much you want to spend.
Okay, so it's like any other.
Like any other hobby, yeah, like any hobby.
Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
That's right.
Deeper in debt.
But you probably, if you wanted to go this size airplane with like that wing I just showed you, if you wanted to fly that, the plane would be maybe, say, $175. A nice transmitter would be $125. That's $375. So about $450 would cost you if you wanted to get into it. The plane is disposable because all planes crash at one point or another, but all the other equipment, your receivers, your motors, all your batteries, are in general reusable. So you don't, it isn't like every time you crash an airplane you have to spend another $450. As a matter of fact, you can get the planes now down to $125 already built, electric ones. And then your transmitter, your receivers, your batteries in general, all are reused. And then all you need to do is get a charger for your batteries. And that's why, and the charger would be $50, $80, $100.
You're doing this on a regular basis? You're flying when you have time?
Oh yeah, I fly.
With all your other activities?
I try to fly at least every Sunday.
Right.
But it's not always possible, of course, because there's a lot of weather restrictions.
Right.
Wind, if it's wind,
rain.
most of these airplanes will fly, like this one here, will fly well under 12 or 15 miles an hour, so long as your gusts don't go above that, you're in great shape. This one here, 10 to 12 mile an hour gusts or winds, about fine for that. When it gets up to 17 or 18 mile an hour winds, the plane doesn't want to fly, partly because of the wing is so thick, and it's a complete airfoil. it gets much more susceptible to the winds and the gusts, and it gets difficult to control. Also, the wind just knocks it around. Literally, you can see the airplane sometimes being knocked around. This cost about $160 to get this. This is the Himax drones, 4 propellers. Comes with a charger if you don't have one. $150, $159. Everything comes.
It come with a camera?
Oh, this one comes with a camera. Images are not too great, but you know, to have fun in your yard or go up to the flying field, this is the rotor. It's the 235i. That is 4 propellers. They're different colors, so you know which one is the front and which one is the back. It does help out when you're flying. Comes with a little light that lights up, tells you that's the back of the airplane, so when you're on the ground, you can tell. And you can set the, it comes with the transmitter. Little transmitter, wonderful little transmitter. Works beautiful, it's all set up for the airplane. You don't even have to worry about it. It just comes with the airplane. Works on batteries. Batteries last for a very long time. Then you buy, that's for the batteries for the transmitter, and then you get these thin LiPo batteries that require charging. And there's a little safety caution with the charging of these batteries. In the past, they've known to catch fire. I've never had one, only in an airplane once, when something went terribly wrong in an airplane, catch fire. But when you're charging them, usually do them outside, not in the house. In a container sometimes, that some people put them in a container so that they do catch fire. They don't ignite anything around them. When they do catch fire, I did an experiment one day with a dead battery, and I crossed the wires and put it in water, and that boiled for about an hour. So when they go bad, they go up to, I've been told they go up to about 6,000 degrees for the bigger batteries.
Oh my goodness.
But these little ones may not get quite that hot.
Yeah.
But this
So
you could
that's
fly
something,
in.
yeah, so you could go, you could buy something like this and be flying in as soon as you can get it together and practice a bit?
You can get this flying. You come home, you open up the box, you charge the battery, and you're in the air.
Oh, wow.
All it is charging the battery.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a real nice one. Maybe if we have time, we'll go out and I'll show you how this flies right in the driveway.
Okay.
Now this one here has several different controls on it, which don't come with regular transmitters when you're flying the drones. You can limit it to how high it goes. I have this limited to about 10 feet off the ground, so I don't end up on some of my neighbors' roofs. It's not nice to go knocking on a door and telling somebody you want to get on their roof. So that's why I have this set up for when I fly here. But the flying field, where we have hundreds of acres, I take that off of there.
The sky's the limit.
Well, yeah, you only want to go about 400. You don't want to go more than 400 feet.
Well, that's the range of your transmitter, probably.
Yeah.
So if I wanted more information, if I were watching this particular segment, what might I do to get more information about what's available, where it's available? Are there catalogs? Are there websites?
Yeah. Yes, websites galore. If all you have to do is type remote controlled airplanes on the internet, and you'll find hundreds and hundreds of websites to go to tell you everything you need to know. Most of the information is very good. Make sure that the information is new when you're trying to find technical stuff, that it isn't a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old website. And there's some places that haven't been updated. If you're looking to buy airplanes, you can go to, there's a couple stores reasonably close. I mentioned Hanson Hobby in Hanson. There's CMP Hobbies down on off of Route 3 down to Plymouth. That's where they are. You'll have to CMP.
Okay.
Charles Michael Peter, or you can, if you're in the stores, you can pick up like Fly RC, which is one airplane.
So is there a club you can belong to?
Well, there's a number of clubs in the area.
Okay.
But first of all, to join any club, you're going to want to join the Academy of Model Aeronautics. You can go online. You can join. What they do is they provide you with an insurance policy, which is really important. Now, if you ever had an accident with an airplane, it doesn't cover your crashed airplanes, but if you were to hit a house or hit a car, or if you happen to hit somebody, your house insurance does cover some of that, but the Academy of Model Aeronautics has an insurance policy that helps you out in the future if there's something more serious. Right. And it's really important. In most clubs, I don't know of any club that doesn't allow you, will not allow you to join without being part of the Academy of Model Aeronautics. And what comes with it is a nice magazine, either printed or digital, Lots and lots of information. It's a good organization. As far as clubs go, there's a club. There's two clubs that I know about. The one that I belong to is in Bridgewater. It's the South Shore Radio Control Club, SSRCC. It's a good place to start off with. They have a good field. It's located on prison property in Bridgewater at the Bridgewater Correctional Facility.
Wow, well, thank you so much for all this information.
Oh, you're welcome.
Very enjoyable. I'm going to have to go out and buy one right now.
Wow, was that an episode? I mean, here's Bill, has been building these since his son was a little boy, flew with him every Sunday afternoon. What a great father-son sport. And now he's working with his grandson. That's very interesting. So you've got information from Bill about how to get involved, the various clubs that are around, the magazines that you can join up with, the websites. If you'd like to find out more about this episode, or if you'd like to suggest additional episodes, contact SCTV by the web address, sctv@scituatema.gov. So if you want to know more about other episodes or suggest some episodes that we ought to track down, we'll do it for you. But you contact us through sctv@scituatema.gov. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
What if I came your way on this particular day? Well, I want to know you. Will you let me know you? Let me take this chance to say, let's go, let's go, let's go right now. Well, it don't matter where or how. Things like this that just can't wait. Let's go, let's go, let's go right now. I feel like needing, like getting around. Things like this that just can't wait. Tied back, she might be good, but she might be bad. Well, she might just be that girl I never had. Let's take a shot, cause it's all we really got. In this life you never know how things will go. What if I came your way on this particular day? Well, I want to know you. Will you let me know you? Let me take this chance to say,